Which of those four did Diddy talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. He was one. It was
Tupac and Shakur.
Yeah.
Maybe I said my boyfriend because he got Tupac.
In case you missed it, reports reveal that a former LAPD officer has claimed Diddy paid $1 million to have Tupac killed. In response, Suge Knight allegedly ordered the hit on Biggie Smalls. According to the cop, Diddy enlisted Keith D to carry out Tupac's murder. Years later, after roaming free for over 15 years, Keith D was finally arrested. During an interrogation, unaware he was being recorded, Keith D reportedly confessed that Diddy was the mastermind behind the hit.
On all four of those occasions were San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those four did you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. He was one. It was
Tupac and Shakur.
During Diddy's trial, he was heavily questioned about his possible involvement in Tupac's murder. According to reports, Diddy was mentioned 77 times in a newly filed legal document. The spotlight intensified when Keith D, the alleged hitman, claimed the entire plan was carried out at Diddy's request. Keith D also stated that the shooting unfolded quickly, as Tupac allegedly began reaching for his firearm just moments before he was fatally shot.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving with Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out.
It looked like he was reaching there.
Okay. Yeah. Did you actually?
Once you got the region, I got the duck.
So someone from your car started at Tupac and Suge.
As the courtroom proceedings unfold, emotions ran high when it was revealed that Tupac had sensed something was about to happen before the shooting. The realization that Tupac may have known his fate sent shockwaves through the room, and the news spread quickly. The story made national headline, and even 50 Cent chimed in, reportedly saying, "I don't like Diddy because he had Tupac gone."
Because I always see the wrong thing. Last time you left me, I said something about Puffy. So that yeah. I gotta stop doing that. Okay, I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me. It's crazy. Oh, but maybe I said my boyfriend because he got Tupac.
This was soon followed by resurfaced moments where people had confronted Diddy about his alleged involvement in Tupac's death, including the now infamous and awkward breakfast interview clip that left viewers questioning everything.
It was a documentary that claims that you know what the truth.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, brother. So we're not even going to go there with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, you hide my spot. But no, you have to do it like a journalist.
Yeah. No, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying?
Which you never believed.
Yeah, thank you.
What's even more chilling is that investigators now believe Diddy didn't act alone. In case you missed it, headlines broke with shocking updates. New developments emerge in Tupac Shakur's murder case. Major figures in the rap industry, including Snoop Dogg, Suge Knight, and Diddy, are expected to be arrested and questioned. The speculation intensified after an interview surfaced, sparking federal interest in whether Snoop Dogg may have also played a role.
Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac, I heard a story. Did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. So
saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that. So when they got to Vegas, they went their way. I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car. In the car with me.
Snoop revealed that he was originally supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac that night, but due to last-minute changes, he didn't go. Many believe this change of plans wasn't a coincidence, especially considering Snoop, Tupac, and Suge had reportedly gotten into a heated altercation just days before the shooting.
Last time me and Tupac was on the same page, and I did an interview with Angie Martinez, and she asked me how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie, and I told her that I like their music, and I want to do music with them. Bro didn't like that, Tupac didn't like that, so we had misunderstanding. So right on the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around for what they did, as far as I didn't have my security ride with me. So to protect myself and to, prevent from happening, I slept under a blanket with the report just in case something was to go wrong, but it didn't.
With all of this unfolding within just 72 hours of Tupac's murder, police grew increasingly suspicious. 2 decades ago, Snoop Dogg was deeply connected to the streets, and many speculate he may have received a warning that Tupac was going to be targeted that night, which could explain why he backed out of riding in the car. Adding to the suspicion, federal investigators uncovered another interview where Snoop admitted that just 2 days before Tupac's death, he felt that Tupac hated him.
Say a week before he was best friend. 2 days before, I don't think he liked me. Why? Because he was in New York, and it happened. New York at me and did all kind of shit to me, like just the worst that you could think of. And I forgave him. And when I did an interview, and was asked, how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I was like, I like it. I want to do some music. And I just rubbed Cuz the wrong way. I tried to me. How that you? You talking about you gonna do a song with it? I wasn't thinking about his emotion. I was thinking about the way I felt it. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked the music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. This video footage of all of us hanging out.
However, the physical evidence presented during Diddy's trial sent chills through the courtroom, especially as Keefe D detailed how Tupac was taken out at Diddy's request. According to Keefe D, on September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with Suge Knight to attend a Mike Tyson fight. But after the match ended, things escalated quickly. Tupac and Suge got into a violent altercation with their rivals in the hotel lobby, setting off a deadly chain of events.
Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson the MGM brand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and 2 of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the thing was retaliation, after Tupac jumped Orlando and came up the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in conflict. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
After security broke up the fight, Tupac and Suge returned to their hotel to change for the night. As they headed back out, planning to hit a club and enjoy the evening, they were ambushed in the middle of the street, caught completely off guard.
Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
But after 2 decades of trying to uncover who was truly responsible, federal investigators turned their attention to a past interview with Keefe D. In it, he incriminates himself by vividly describing the moment he and his crew pulled up on Tupac, offering crucial details that aligned with the night of the shooting.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lady and Freaky were in the backseat.
We was just all in the car.
This was the white Cadillac. Yeah. So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. We should go drink. We happened to be hanging out. He was hanging out the window like he was a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving with Tupac in the passenger seat.
An interrogation video of Keefe D with police from the night of the crime was also leaked, adding even more fuel to the fire and giving investigators new material to rewrite.
Do you say Suge looks over, he sees you? He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looks.
Well, he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's dizzy getting. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to get out
in the back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside there?
I seen him going through again. I thought
So Orlando across Dre.
he leaned over,
During their investigation, police uncovered Keefe D's reaction to Tupac's death, offering a glimpse into his mindset following the shooting and raising even more questions about his involvement.
I hate that, I really do, man. It took a lot of people's lives. I feel they should, that was wrong. It was just wrong. Purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it didn't never happen. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. It never happened.
However, this is where things take a strange turn. Inconsistencies in the story have led many to question whether Tupac is really dead. A recent interview with a former officer added fuel to the fire, claiming that Tupac was actually an industry plant placed to disrupt and neutralize the rising tension between the red and blue street factions.
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Choker Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be or to appeal to and criticize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Tupac Shakur. And so Tupac was using that in order to get the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
When the plan reportedly failed, Tupac suddenly ended up dead. But this only adds to the suspicion. It starts to make sense why Snoop Dogg may have wanted to stay away from him in Las Vegas that night. If Snoop had heard rumors that Tupac was an industry plant, it's possible he was intentionally keeping his distance. But the story gets even crazier. In another interview, a close friend of Tupac made a shocking claim. Rapper Trey was caught on record saying that Tupac wasn't dead at all, but actually alive and living in